And the business community of Kansanga, Gaba Road, people working along this road that is from Clock Tower to this side of Munyonyo, especially the people working around Kabalagala, Kansanga, this side of Munyonyo, we are up in arms. We are not comfortable with the way operations are ongoing by KCCA, by NEMA, and other officials of government against those who are working along that street that is Kampala Munyonyo. And some of them are saying that they are being evicted just because of this NAM summit and G77 summit that's coming up in January. And some of them were saying that even the kiosks that they've been working in, trying to make a living, have been taken away, but also others who constructed their buildings just next to the road or in wetlands were also evicted. But here I'm coming to you from Fusion Eco Resort. You can see what's happening here. There are contractors that is Kill that were given the mandate of working along this road, the Cape Wavamuno Road, were also given the drainage channel expansion, and this is what is left here. You can see on the other side some of the cottages that was part of this Fusion Eco Resort, but also when we shall be crossing to the other side of the swimming pool, but also at the gardens, the whole place was left in a disorganized way. But to understand what's happening here, how this business is also being affected by this development, let me speak to Rogers Baruti, the manager, Fusion Eco Resort and Spa, to understand how they are feeling this, how for them they didn't participate in the demonstration that we saw on Thursday. Good morning to you.
Well, it's a good morning. We are live.
How are you putting up? Because I can see the whole business is also in disarray.
The past 2-3 weeks have been very trying for us. There were minimal engagements or no engagements at all when all this was going to happen. We had bigger plans for December, as you know, when the year is coming to an end. We had bookings, engagements, and just in a snapshot, destruction was done. So we're not very happy about it. We're not anti-government projects, but we think more engagement would have happened before all this happened.
This drainage was done to make sure that when it rains or floods, this place doesn't flood, especially the other side of Munyonyo, the Commonwealth Resort. You as the operators of this place, was there an engagement that was done between you and the authorities, but also what are they saying for now? Because I can see you are already losing business in this festive season. Of
course, we've lost business. Like I said, the engagement wasn't timely. It was mainly the destruction. It is good for cases here to open up drainages in the neighborhood and for the betterment of mainly the NAM conference and the residents in the community. But what is not fair is for them to do the opening and leave everything to you. As you can see, they opened the drainage, left all the debris here. It is upon us to clear it, which is kind of costly. Business has gone down. So you mean you incurred some cost to clear this from your parking area? Of course, because we had we had commitments, we had people who had booked prior to us. You don't have a parking space, yet you have functions that are going to happen. So what do? You try to clean up the little you can so that you have working space to do business. One would imagine that in a festive season, this place, I know this place has been one of the happening places where people are coming in big numbers, but also one would expect that maybe since we have a summit like big as it is, the NAM one, but also the G77, many of the guests that will be going to the other side of Commonwealth, some of them, their support staff, the drivers, the security, would also spend some time here, places like this one, to unwind, but this seems not be going to be the case. It is as challenging as it is. We're going to ensure that we remain operational. Actually, we remain operational. We're at 30% now. We want to see that this week we can increase to about 70% operational. We're going to do the best we can, though it is not as planned. It is not going to be business as usual, but we're going to work with the little we have to ensure that our esteemed clients get to enjoy the little space that we're left with.
Where we are now is where the kids' swimming pool was located. I can also see the kids' park, but also in between this place is something, the works were also had to be brought here, and I can see destruction that was done here. Yes, I know they are working on a drainage channel, but how much of the destruction was left here?
Too much. Now this place is not functional at all. All we need is, of course, we've been told they are going to build this up, like in the shortest time possible, to enable business resume. We don't know how soon that is going to be. So what we are left with is basically to look on and wait for them to come and take their own action to build the drainages. But for now, as you can see, the pool is not functional for the kids area. The play area itself is all closed off. It's not open to the public. Yes.
I know that some authorities, like the Minister of State for Kampala, Capital City Affairs, Christopher Chofatogabye, but also Fande Edith Nakalema and some other KCC officials made a visit to this place. What exactly did they tell you, apart from saying that they're going to work upon it as soon as possible? I can see for now, being a festive season, definitely works are not on ground, because by now, it's now coming to 9, but no contractors on ground yet. What are they saying that is you think that you can take as a serious word?
Remain positive and adamant. Actually, it is not Kano Nakalema. I think it's Madame Nachowe, who is the head of the NAM committee or something like that. Well, they visited and they assured us that construction will be timely. We don't think that is going to happen, but whenever they are ready, because we don't have an option but to wait. We don't have an option but to wait.
If you can be able to quantify, for now, how much have you lost as a business from the time they made this arrangement? I should call it an arrangement in their own word, because they are trying to organize for the NAM Summit. But how much have you so far lost?
For now,
both in attendance but also in monetary terms.
Attendance has gone down to 20% since October, not even before the distraction, since the roadwork started, because traffic was diverted, so we don't get the usual clients because of the inconvenience at the roadside. In terms of distraction, well, figures are in billions, because you look at the greenery, if you quantify everything, property and all that, well, we're working on a final report, but billions of shillings have been lost on this property.
Have you gotten any cancellations, or for those who had booked earlier, when they come here and they see the kind of this organization that's here, have you had any negative or cancellations from those who were expected to maybe come here with big numbers, or those who were expecting to hold concerts or whichever event was?
Of course, a couple of cancellations have been made. We were supposed to have a Christmas party in this kids' park. The booking client has cancelled. The accommodation section is all closed off. We've cancelled the bookings, and some of which were supposed to be for the guests of the NAM conference. Some of our clients commiserate with us in this trying time, but we've lost a lot in terms of business. Even if it was you, you wouldn't want to put your commitment in such a place. We have a client only who was with us and had a wedding with us yesterday, and we tried to pull it off under very difficult circumstances. But not all will understand.
And I can imagine. Your final word, we are going back to studio, final word to the authorities, to the clientele, but also for every well-meaning Ugandan. Well,
we thank our clients who have stood with us during this trying time, and we promise that at whatever capacity we're operating, we shall continue to serve. I appeal to the authorities to come and do work in a timely period so that business resumes at full capacity.
Thank you, Rogers Baruti, the manager, Fusion Eco Resort and Spa, for speaking to us here on Morning at NTV. I know over the weekend, the Minister of State for Health, Margaret Muhanga, put up a post on X saying that she's going on a hunger strike just because of the potholes that are eating up the city, Kampala. But also the third Deputy Prime Minister, also Minister for East African Community Affairs, Honorable Rebecca Kadaga, also retreated, saying that they should come to Machindye. Margaret Muhanga and everyone else should come to Machindye, headquarters of potholes. That was, I think it was just like banter, or it was just being casual or unserious in their exchanges there. But of course, this, as they go ahead with that, I know many works are ongoing as cases, as government, as we work upon some of these infrastructure, but also other projects. They should also be taking into consideration the well-being of people like these ones, but also other people working, making a living from working around Kampala. That as you go on with the projects, make sure that also the people have something to where they can earn a living. Stephen Imbido, Professor Chibuga will now take you for a short commercial break, but then after that, Kwesi Genyi, Priscilla Regina Naroga are still with you. They will be giving you much more information here on Morning at NTV.